The power of acquisition can make you fluent, and I have been getting the benefit. And your brain is very powerful to absorb all this information in bits and pieces. It will keep recording without knowing even you. I have seen so many videos on YouTube that it is clearly written that learn English within 30 days. Learn English and speak in English fluently within 2 or 3 months. Many videos are there on YouTube, you'll see. So what actually I want to say in this video is that listen, that from my experience, on the basis of my personal experience and learning, I have been till now working on my language. I am in the journey of fluency. I have been improving myself, but at the same time I'm making videos for those people, for you guys, so that you can also get some help from my journey. That is why I'm making these videos. So on the basis of my personal experience and learning, I'll say that 3 months you can definitely get a significant amount of, like, say, knowledge, or you can say significant amount of improvement you can get, but that is not enough for your fluency. I have been working on this language actively, proactively for the last 2.5 years plus. Then do I think that I have to improve a lot, my pronunciation, my sentence structure, my way of speaking, the body language. So I have to improve a lot till now, I think, and there is always a scope of improvement that I believe in. So if you have this type of mindset that within 3 months I'll speak in English, if it's not going to happen, then I'm going to give up. I'm not going to work on this anymore. Please don't think that way. Please don't keep that type of mindset, otherwise you will get disappointed. So don't get disappointed and don't be in a hurry that I have to make it in within 3 months. Yes, you try to make it within 3 months if it is possible. Definitely make it. I'm not stopping you, but you are learning a language. You are learning a language, not keeping this thing in mind that you will become master of the language, the grammar, the theoretical part, the knowledge. No, you are keeping this thing in mind that you want to speak in that language and you want to express yourself, your ideas, your views, your thoughts, your stories. You want to express in that language fluently, flawlessly, and confidently. In that sense, from that particular purpose, you are just working on your language. That thing you have to keep in mind. So learning a language, whenever I use the learn, that means you are learning the language for the purpose of speaking, not keeping the theoretical knowledge, gaining knowledge about the language. I'm not talking about that. So I'm talking about speaking part. So learning a language and speaking in that language fluently, it takes time. Genuinely I'm speaking, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes lots of practice, it takes lots of exposure to the language, and then only you will be able to speak in that language fluently and flawlessly, in a nice way, in a very smooth rhythm, in a very smooth way you will be able to speak. So don't be impatient, be patient. You must have the patience in learning, in acquiring this language. There are 2 things you need to keep in mind, that information in the context of language speaking, information, and the other thing is your acquisition. Information means you are trying to gather the knowledge about the language, the grammar rules, the syntax, the structure, the pronunciation, the errors. So these all things you are getting knowledge about the language so that you can use the language in writing. Even you can find out some errors. If somebody is writing something, definitely you can find out the errors. But the moment we talk about speaking, that is a different ballgame, by the way. That is a different skill. That is speaking skill. Okay, so your theoretical knowledge about the language definitely help you in speaking, but not it will make you fluent in speaking. No. For fluency, we need to talk about the acquisition. What do I mean by acquisition? Acquisition means you are using the language, you are listening the language more and more, you are reading the language more and more, you are using the language and speaking more and more, and then you are just immersing yourself in that language so that you absorb the language like the sponge absorbs water. Your brain absorbs the language in bits and pieces, and then a time comes, that time your subconscious mind will automatically will be able to use that language practically in speaking. You will be able to express your views, your thoughts, your stories in a very natural, smooth way. Okay, that is a very natural way of learning and speaking a language. That is the hold of your language. Okay, so if you have a basic knowledge about the language, then general knowledge about the language, then that's enough for fluency. As we are learning this language English as a second language, we already have a language, right? Regional language you have, maybe Hindi, maybe Bengali, maybe Tamil, Telugu, Oriya. So we have this. So as we are learning the second language, that is English as a second language you are learning, so our regional language definitely helping us. Clear? Helping us. That is why I say that if you have a weak foundation, the basic is weak, then take care of the basics first, the foundation first. So once you can make the foundation a little strong, then definitely you can work on your acquisition. If you want to do, then you have to immerse yourself in speaking. Listening, reading. Listening what? Like what you want to listen or what you like to listen. Your favorite speaker, your favorite TED Talks, your favorite lectures, your favorite YouTubers, just to listen. That way just you keep providing the inputs, the understandable input. The famous American linguist Stephen Krashen, he has invested a significant amount of time in doing research in the development of second language acquisition. So that person is saying, so if you keep comprehensible input, understandable input, that means the language that you understand very easily, the language material that you understand easily, so that material, if you keep providing more and more, your brain will automatically start absorbing it, and subconsciously you will start developing the layer in your brain for that particular language, and over time you will discover that yes, you are able to use this language effortlessly, naturally, as you speak in your mother tongue. So acquisition. And one more thing I should say here, when acquisition happens, when you acquire a language, you don't even get to know that something is happening, something is changing, something is happening in your brain. You don't even get to know, but actually it is happening. As long as you understand the input, as long as you understand your listening, the lecture, as long as you understand what you are reading, so that means the acquisition, that process is continued, and your brain is very, very powerful to absorb all this information in bits and pieces. It will keep recording without knowing even you. Okay, so don't underestimate the power of acquisition. The power of acquisition can make you fluent, and I have been getting the benefit because I invest lots of time in listening, and that time just after listening I'll not be able to speak. That doesn't happen. Acquisition is a little bit long process. You have to give time to that, and the result, that is amazing, the amazing result you are going to get. So that's why don't be impatient, have patience, and keep providing the input, that is comprehensible input, and keep your practice on. Keep practicing, keep repeating the phrases, the sentences that you are noting down from the listening, from the reading books, from the articles, and then that process will continue, and definitely will go towards fluency, and you'll be able to speak English fluently as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll come back with more such interesting, more such helpful videos. Till then, take care. Bye.